Hi friends, welcome to Mental Health Memo. I'm Tsvetty, and I would like to start by saying that this is not the typical setup of my videos, so if this is your first time watching, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I promise that this is not the normal quality of my videos, and there's a lot of a better aesthetic happening when I'm actually properly filming. But as you could probably see by the title, this is a part 2 of a video that I thought would not need 2 parts, that I thought would just be one video. But I ended up going quite a lot overboard with the amount of poses I incorporated, so I kind of actually had to cut it without knowing I would need to cut it. And because I didn't know I would have to cut it, I did make 2 intros. So that is why I am here a bunch of months later in my pajamas filming an intro on a webcam. Either way though, we are gonna work with it. These poses are gonna be super duper helpful for relieving the parts of your body where anxiety tends to manifest and impact the most. So the first video we were talking about the hips and the chest, and this one we're gonna be talking about the back of the neck, kind of the shoulders, the jaw, some other parts of the body. I recommend that you watch both because I think all of these kind of body parts get impacted by anxiety, but if you do have, anxiety, you tend to hold anxiety the most in one part of your body that is only addressed in one of the videos, then by all means you can just watch one. But I do recommend trying all of these because sometimes we don't really realize that we're holding anxiety and tension in parts of our bodies until we release it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And now we're on to shoulders, neck, and back area. So the easiest thing that you can do is literally just making nice big circles with your neck. My neck cracks a lot, so whenever I do this, it's just a cracking party. Not that kind of crack party. And you want to make sure you do it in both directions. You can make little circles. You can make giant circles. I like the giant circles personally. And just rolling the shoulders back and then forward. And that's just one really easy way to incorporate some yoga for your neck and shoulders. And you can do it anywhere really. You can be on your chair at work and you can just take a little break, do that. If you're eating dinner, maybe don't do this while you're eating dinner, but my point is you can do it anywhere, anytime, pretty much. So it's a great way to incorporate a little bit of yoga. Now the next pose is going to be really great for your upper back, if that's the area that's kind of hurting you, kind of around the neck. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on all fours. And
we're going to dust our yoga mats again.
And you're going to do this on both sides. So we'll start with the right arm just so you can kind of see. So you're going to want to bring out your right arm as if you're kind of going to give someone a little shake. And then you kind of want to put it through. It's called pin the needle or thread the needle for sure. You thread the needle as per the name. And you put it kind of through that little hole.
That's what she said.
Where your left arm is. And so you really want to kind of engage this left arm and push off of it so you can feel that nice upper back stretch that I'm inviting you to feel. You could also move your left arm like as a bind if you'd like, or bringing it up, but I like doing this. I just like staying here because it really gives me a nice stretch here in the upper back. So I just hang out here for a little bit. And then slowly you just unravel and you take it to the other side. So I'll do that really quickly just so you can see what that looks like. So again, we're gonna bring our left arm forward, thread the needle, bring your left ear to the mat and give it a nice push on the right arm so that you can feel that stretch. So that'll be really great for your upper back if that's where you're feeling a lot of tension. The next one is actually called puppy posture. It's one of my absolute favorites. Again, we're gonna go on all fours. And basically you're gonna get into that nice four-point position, and you're gonna keep your arms in the same spot, but you're just gonna drop the elbows like so, and then you're going to basically move your knees back without compromising where they kind of already are in reference to your hips. So you want to move them back in a straight line and keep them as nice parallel lines so that they're nice and equal to the rest of your body. I don't think that made sense, but it made sense in my mind. And then you're going to tilt your pelvis, move it up, and bring your forehead down to the mat. Just like so. And if your head doesn't reach the mat, that's okay. Just hang out here the best that you can. Feel that nice stretch in the back, in the shoulders, and the neck. This can even be a really nice chest opener as well. And to come out of it, we're just gonna make our way up. Nice and slow. Nice and easy. And now the last little bit for the neck, back, and shoulder exercise is going to be in a seated position. I don't really think this one has a name. I just call it the tilted head with arm up pose. So sit in whatever sitting position is comfortable for you. So again, we're gonna do this on both sides. We're gonna take our right hand, put it here in our head, and don't like push or pull, just gently put it to my right, your left, or just to the right. Put your right hand on your head and tilt it towards the right side of your body. And this in itself can feel really nice on the neck. But to take it up a notch, you can take your left arm out, kind of around, like around here, I would say. Kind of not super high up, but not too low. And you're going to basically flex your hand towards the ceiling. And this should really activate the muscles here in your neck on the side. And so this is a really nice neck stretch that's more like the side of your neck rather than the back, like a lot of other yoga movements or poses rather. And then you're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. So left hand is gonna go on the head, pull towards the left, right arm comes out, and it flexes towards the ceiling. And you just kind of gently pull a little. You don't have to do it too hard though. And you come out of it. Nice and easy. And this one's really nice here for the shoulders and the neck. So if that's your problem area, this is a really nice one to try. And now for our last body part, which is the jaw and the forehead, we are going to do a few different things. So these are not technically, I suppose, yoga moves, but they're things that you can incorporate in your yoga poses to focus a little bit more on your jaw and your forehead if that's an area that you clench due to anxiety. So the first thing is rolling your head side to side on the mat whenever you are in any kind of child's pose or any kind of pose where your forehead is on the mat. So for example, when we were in extended child's pose, I'll just get into that really quick. Your forehead is on the mat. And when it's on the mat, you can just roll side to side, just like this, super easy, super simple. But that can just be really effective in massaging and kneading kind of that eyebrow area that tends to clench. It can feel really nice on a headache as well. And if you really want to get fancy, you can even put some essential oils on the mat, kind of where your nose would be, and sniff those while you're rolling your head. So that can be a really nice way to incorporate some forehead kind of stretching and massaging if that's where you tend to clench and keep anxiety. The next bit is to simply notice. So a lot of yoga is about ease and about noticing and being mindful of your body. So when you are in, for example, any type of pose that is really difficult to do, you're probably going to be clenching. So keeping in your mind the idea of being mindful of those parts of your face, because you know you tend to clench there. So if you are in warrior two, being like, okay, am I clenching in the jaw? Am I furrowing my eyebrows? And kind of relaxing your face and noticing simply that that's what you're doing, and easing it and stopping it. Also, if you are in more gentle type of poses, you can still pay mind to that. So if you're even in meditation, sometimes when I'm in meditation, I tend to just furrow my eyebrow and just clench my jaw, even though there's nothing really stressful happening. And I just do a little body check, and I'm like, okay, are my eyebrows furrowing? Oh, okay, yes, they are. Let me just fix that a little and move my jaw around and kind of loosen it up, because I notice that I'm clenching it. So just being mindful of those parts of your body that you know you tend to hold anxiety in, that in itself is a really great thing to do. And you can even do it off the mat. So when you're at work, just doing a little body check, being like, oh, how's my jaw? Am I clenching? Am I relaxing? And if you are clenching, just do a little jaw exercise. This is not cute, but just do a little moving around of the jaw. Open, close it, furrow your eyebrows and move them up. Just do some nice little exercises that look so good to do on camera, but whatever it takes to kind of loosen up the jaw. You can even massage it a little. So just being mindful, and if you notice it, doing something to kind of loosen it up and relax it. And then the last bit is pressure points. So I definitely am not incredibly well versed on pressure points. There are so many pressure points in the body. I take my hat off to anyone who is very well versed. But if that is something that interests you, you can do some research or talk to a professional that can teach you different pressure points to help loosen those parts of your face up. So some that I like are in between the eyebrows, like this, underneath, like directly underneath the eyes, kind of here at like the end of your jaw, right before you meet your ear, pressing there. And there's lots. There really are a lot of different pressure points that you can try out. I don't always do pressure points, mainly just because I have very weak hands, and I never get like a strong enough pressure. Like if I go to someone that specifically does pressure points, like the way they press is so hard, I'm just like, what is happening? And I really feel the difference after. My muscles are so relaxed, but I don't have that strength on my own. I just don't have it. And I press and then I let go, and I'm like, oh, I still don't feel anything. But that just pressure points on the face or even on the body can be a really great way to loosen up those muscles.
Alright, so that was the end of the video. Let me know which poses you liked the most, that felt the most restorative, the most calming. If you've tried these for a long time and whether you feel like your muscles are actually getting more relaxed, your anxiety is being relieved. I would love to know, because I personally, when I started yoga, I noticed a lot of changes in my body. My hips did not like clench as much before I started yoga, and my neck as well is a lot more malleable now. So I'd love to know what you thought, and if you liked this video, please give it a nice little thumbs up, because it does support the channel, supports me, and lets me know what you all like to learn and what you want to know about, so I can produce more content like that. And if you want to keep seeing more videos, make sure to subscribe and to check out some other videos that I've made, which will be somewhere on the screen. I don't know, because this camera does not mirror. So make sure to check those out as well. And I'll see you in the next one.